Holed out on land, the crocodile is a massive, incredibly heavy creature, resting in an awkward, flattened sprawl. Its legs are short and stubby, tasked with pushing a tremendous amount of body mass against gravity. Every single step on the riverbank requires real, visible effort. You might assume that when this huge reptile hits the water, it relies on those same legs to move, paddling through the current like a dog. But watch what happens the second it slips beneath the surface. That clumsy, heavy posture vanishes, instantly replaced by a completely fluid, effortless glide. Once submerged, those stubby legs are tucked tightly against its sides. They drop out of the equation entirely and provide almost zero primary propulsion. The true engine driving this predator's terrifying speed and stealth is trailing right behind it, the tail. To understand how this apex predator dominates its environment, we have to look past the teeth and examine the pure biomechanical power of the animal tail. Take a close look at the anatomy. A crocodile's tail is a thick column of dense muscle that is laterally flattened, meaning it's compressed from side to side. This specific shape effectively turns the entire back half of the animal into a giant paddle, perfectly structured to interact with a thick, dense medium like water. This diagram illustrates lateral undulation, the continuous, sweeping, side-to-side motion of the spine and tail. As this flattened surface sweeps back and forth, it pushes massive volumes of water backward, generating pure, forward kinetic thrust. The tail also serves secondary aquatic uses. During an ambush, that heavy surface area acts as a rudder, allowing the crocodile to execute violent, sudden turns to snap up prey. And if a threat approaches, this dense column of muscle can be whipped out of the water to deliver a brutal, blunt force strike. The crocodile's tail cleanly solves the physical challenge of water resistance, engineering a basic spinal extension into an optimal biological propeller. While the tail serves as a powerful aquatic engine for reptiles, it became an evolutionary blank canvas for terrestrial species. Animals navigating complex terrain repurposed it completely. Kangaroos, for example, rely on a heavy, muscular tail to act as a dynamic counterweight, and even a third point of contact for physical balance. Ancient armored species like the stegosaurus and certain modern insects weaponized the appendage, capping it with venomous stingers or massive bone clubs. Birds adapted the structure for the air, modifying the tail with specialized feathers that function simultaneously as aerodynamic rudders and expansive displays for courtship rituals. Fascinated. The structure is also deeply wired directly into the brain. Recent laboratory research on mice navigating narrow ledges reveals the complex neurology behind it. Scientists identified vestibulospinal signals, a specific neural pathway where the mouse's brain automatically fires signals to recruit tail movements, locking in the animal's postural stabilization during moments of physical peril. Over billions of years of adaptation, the tail evolved into a customized survival tool, crucial for forward locomotion, essential for physical defense, and maintaining spatial balance. Which brings us to an obvious contradiction. If the tail is such an incredibly versatile biological tool, why do humans and our closest ape relatives lack one entirely? The answer to this lies in our DNA. A recently discovered genetic mutation in an ancient common ancestor essentially flipped a switch, turning off the development of this appendage. This X-ray shows the human pelvis. Right at the base of the spine is the coccyx, our vestigial tailbone. Because of that ancient mutation, humans are an acaudal species. The remaining structure is entirely internalized, providing zero external kinetic function. Our ancestors eventually left their tails behind, as our bipedal anatomy developed entirely different ways to balance and survive in the world. We may no longer possess this piece of anatomy, but watching an ancient predator glide smoothly down a river remains a beautiful, terrifying reminder of the raw, kinetic power the tail still commands in the natural world.